Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News, and we have a Bachelor in Paradise update, Reality Steve's podcast. Set off rumors that Paradise may be canceled for 2024. Is it a product of the Golden Bachelor being too popular? Why can't we have both? I'm going to answer these questions with my opinions and more on today's episode. Follow me on Instagram at DNeals. Patreon.com/Dave Neal for behind the scenes bonus content. On today's Patreon, I will let you know when the updated court date is. I have an official court date. It is pretty timely regarding my harassment lawsuit. We'll get into that on Patreon.com/Dave Neal. And every afternoon, we'll wrap it all together in a nice Christmas bow with Bachelor Rush Hour, the podcast. So if you want some more jokes and fun out there, come to my show in Huntington Beach, California in Orange County at the Rec Room, December 28th, 7 p.m. That's where I'll be with some very funny friends. Link below for tickets if you guys want to come. Okay, well, there's several articles, actually both of them written by Nicole Gallucci here for Decider.com regarding the fate of Bachelor in Paradise. They say Bachelor in Paradise is dead. It's time for the Golden Bachelorette. And my thought is, why can't we do both? You know, why can't, in a time where we just came off of the Screen Actors Guild strike, which again, I think only has a 1 or 2 year contract before negotiations happen again. What we have to remember is these reality TV shows are gold. They're easy to produce, they don't cost much, and they take up a chunk of time in a dying network TV model. Either way, here's what they had to say. In 2022, more than 2 decades after The Bachelor premiere on ABC, it felt as though the beloved franchise was on life support. Longtime members of Bachelor Nation told Decider they'd grown tired of stale show formats, predictable drama, and reluctance to embrace big changes. And though Jesse Palmer was hired as a new host, Bachelor in Paradise was revamped, and a 2-lead Bachelorette season was introduced to shake things up. Decider ultimately concluded that the franchise's progress last year wasn't enough to win back fans. That all changed with the Golden Bachelorette, right? We know all that. And of course, they show here in one of the articles, they actually show, which we'll get to, the ratings for Bachelor in Paradise and how far down they went. Reality Steve put it this way: convos on the Golden Bachelor about smelling cinnamon, wedding cakes, and memories are then left for Bachelor in Paradise conversations about toe-sucking, poop babies, and boom boom rooms. Now, that doesn't mean that Bachelor in Paradise is bad. It just means, look, I think having a 3-hour Thursday night was enough to kill Paradise. I think it should come back to its original time slot of what do they normally do? Monday and Tuesdays, 1 hour each. Just give people a little bit less. It is hard to follow the Golden Bachelor. It's a different world. We'll get more into this article and some of the numbers out there after we hear what Reality Steve had to say. Again, this is on his Daily Roundup podcast. You can go listen to the full thing anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Well, let's start out with this. And that is what I mentioned yesterday in regards to the rumors I was hearing, unconfirmed rumors, that Bachelor in Paradise is going away in 2024. I don't know if this means it's being replaced by something else. I don't know if this means it's gone forever. What I do know, though, is after the Bachelorette films from March to May, they are going into filming Golden Bachelorette. That's what I was told. The unconfirmed part is about Bachelor in Paradise going away, but if Golden Bachelorette's going to film right after Bachelorette ends filming, which is around first week of May, and let's say they take a week or 2 off, then they start filming Golden Bachelorette, and they're going to give it more time, clearly, than they gave it last year. And last year it only filmed for 3 weeks. My guess is they'll probably go to 6 weeks.
And this is where you could say, well, why would they film more? I mean, what was wrong with the schedule? Is it because it's a more popular show, so they realize they can sell more ad dollars and make it a longer season? Most likely. A lot of times networks will do this. They have a 10-episode season of a new show. People love so much, and they're like, how do we turn this into 20 episodes? You know, the greedy corporate, people on the production side of things want to make as much money as possible. I get it.
Then you're looking at, that's going to film from, mid-May to the end of June. Well, Bachelor in Paradise films in June. Are you really going to push Bachelor in Paradise all the way back to, mid-July through mid-August? I just don't see that happening. So while the report is unconfirmed that Bachelor in Paradise is going away, it certainly seems like this is what's happening.
Now, here's what you could do. if the worry is that the Golden Bachelorette will film too long and cut into the time needed to film Bachelor in Paradise, what you could have is the last 2 or 3 weeks of Golden Bachelorette take place in Paradise. Now, hold on. I know you're getting a little crazy here. You'd have to hire about 10 extra crew members, maybe a little bit more, and have a little bit of an overlap. A lot of movies do this. They'll have their A unit and their B unit, and even big movies might have a C unit. And that'll be when there are different storylines you can film them at the same time. The only connective tissue between Golden Bachelorette and Bachelor in Paradise is Jesse Palmer. But does he really work that hard? I mean, can't he go from Bachelor in Paradise on the beach to whatever bungalow, Teresa, whoever the hell is Bachelorette, filming at? So I know that sounds a little crazy, but my point being is you could make it work if you wanted to. The question is the juice worth the squeeze as far as Bachelor in Paradise and low ratings are concerned?
But we don't know for sure. We will not know for sure probably for a few months. Here's the other thing you got to keep in mind for this summer, next summer, 2024. Back in 2020, before the pandemic hit in March of 2020, there was talk that they were going to do a Summer Games, Bachelor Summer Games. Well, pandemic hits in March. They had to cancel Bachelor in Paradise. They had to cancel any plans they had for a Summer Games edition. But 2024, we're back on Summer Games. What are they, in Paris this year, right? So it is a possibility because something like that is probably going to would only take a couple weeks to film.
Right.
That's not a 6-week production. So,
Okay, I like it. So if you remember All-Star Shore, which not many people watched, but it was a show that created a place for games to be played that had all of the past Jersey Shores and Gordy Shores, and it even had Blake Horseman and Giannina from Netflix and ABC dating shows. So I do like the idea of a Bachelor Olympic adjacent show. That would be interesting. Regardless of what they do, The Bachelor, it's almost like a loss leader. Like they need to have a show that links it all together, because if they don't have a Bachelor in Paradise long term, who's going to want to go on The Bachelor if there isn't a sort of pipeline for other shows to do? So you have to look at it from a contestant perspective. No one's going to want to sign up for The Bachelor if that's the end of it. You just get a bad edit, you get whatever. It just doesn't work out for you, and there's nothing to continue. The one thing that the producers have had to dangle over people's heads is, well, you can go on Bachelor in Paradise afterwards. So this season of Bachelor in Paradise was god-awful. It was garbage, as some would say.
Garbage.
It was not good. The only way to make it better, in my opinion, is to open up your wallets and start getting higher value alumni on the show. What if, rather than paying them what they pay them, which is like $500 a day or whatever, what if they quadruple that? What if they, and again, this might take a little bit of chunk change, but this is America's broadcasting company. What you have to remember is, you take a show like Dancing with the Stars, right? Each contestant on Dancing with the Stars is getting paid between $100,000 to $200,000. The contestants on Bachelor in Paradise are getting paid little money, not much, folks. So if you open up your wallet and start getting bigger name alumni, get all of the all-stars that are still single back down there. I'm talking like big names. Last year we had Victoria Fuller came back. I'm sure she did it for a pretty penny. Get some big names onto the beach, people will watch. Sorry, people didn't watch for Cat Izzo. They're not watching for some of these folks like the new Pilot Pete. What is this? You know what I mean? Like, that's not why people are watching. They want to see their favorites out there. So if you're going to make a multiverse, make it so that the people that are on it are actually driving the traffic to the beach.
So that kind of is something to keep in mind. So maybe they go Bachelorette will air in its normal time, either end of June or beginning of July until, middle August, end of August, depending on when they start it. And then in September, during the summer, maybe you air some sort of summer games. But when they did the winter games in the past, they ran it at the same time the winter games was airing. So again, I'm throwing it out there, but I don't even know how they would do it.
I like the idea of it. I just think it's too late for us to not know about it. I mean, they're going to have to cast this thing, shoot this thing, and have it up. And if they air it for September and actually want it to be adjacent to the Olympics, that's going to miss the Olympics, right? Aren't the Olympics in August?
Because you would have to run it in July. Because isn't that when the Summer Olympics take place? Is it July or August? I don't even know. Because sorry, I'm not an Olympics guy.
July 26th
but
to August 11th.
I'm not well versed on when it airs. I just know it airs in the summer. So that's something to keep in mind. They were thinking about it for 2020, which means you would think it's a possibility for 2024. And now, knowing that Golden Bachelorette is going to film after Bachelorette makes me think, okay, that's definitely taking the place of Paradise. But
I hear him, and I don't disagree at all. I just think if I were the show, find a way to make both work. Golden Bachelorette is going to be a hit. Golden Bachelor was a hit. Those people are going to watch those. That doesn't mean that an audience isn't going to watch Bachelor in Paradise. You just need to give audiences higher stakes. Nobody cares if they get engaged, right? It used to be, oh, will so-and-so get engaged? You shat all over that. You've ruined that. You've desecrated engagements, marriages, proposals. Nobody cares until there's an investment there. So who's been left at the altar before on Bachelor or Bachelorette? Who's had a love story broken up? What if they do a Bachelor divorce speech or whatever, and they have the Carly Waddells and what, you know what I mean? I don't know. Should we do a divorce Bachelor in Paradise? Either way, there's something that can be made there. Think outside the box the way they did with Golden Bachelor. Although with Golden Bachelor, all they really did was, change the age bracket of which they casted from. It wasn't like they went to great lengths. A look at Paradise's last 2 seasons shows the series has been losing viewers for years. Season 7 episodes averaged 2.9 to 3.2 million viewers. Season 8 episodes averaged 2.2 to 2.3. In recent years, Paradise aired twice a week, Monday and Tuesday, but in 2023, the series switched to a single 2-hour episode on Thursdays. Yeah, people have things to do on Thursdays. If you're single, you might be going out to the bars on Thursday nights. Monday or Tuesday is the night where you're going to have a warm bowl of soup and hang out inside. That's what you're going to do. You're recovering from the weekend, all of the shame, the hangovers, and everything you did, and then you're just going to go inside. Thursday night, I don't know. It's not must-see TV the way it used to be. I don't know. I'd love to know what you guys think. I'd love to know what you think. My thought is, before you kill Bachelor in Paradise, give it a season that actually takes place on Monday and Tuesday nights, and give us some cast members. Open up your fat wallet, you cheap Bachelor producers. Open it up. Don't make me crowdfund it, folks. I'm running low on money over here. Open up your wallet and start paying some bigger alumni to show up on the beach. All right, let me know what you guys think. We'll be back with more content. I'll be on Patreon right after this.